Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. It is Saturday, October 28th, 2017, and it's time to go to work on music. It's been a really good day. I'm in a good place and excited for a productive session. Um, Today's going to be a lot shorter than I normally work on Saturdays. There are quite a few things I want to take care of around the house today, and I'm just going to take this weekend and probably a lot of next weekend to just knock those out, even at the expense of some shorter music sessions, and just kind of take that step backward so that I can take a couple steps forward and just get that stuff off my mind because it's been hanging over me for a while. So I think I'm just going to get in the zone, knock it out, and then just be done with it for at least the near future. Some of the things of housekeeping are ongoing, but these are things that it's like a once a year project or something like that. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to hit some online classes here, update you guys with what I'm doing. Then I'm going to hit a quick guitar practice and possibly listen back to some of the work I did 2 days ago with the chorus bass line and the vocals I tracked. But honestly, my guess is there's stuff in the chorus bass line that's probably keepable. I worked so hard on that on Thursday. Like I did way more takes than I probably even should have. I think I could have gotten away with like 3 or 4 takes, and I would have had something that was really good. So that, like I mentioned in the previous video that's uploading now, I just didn't manage that session as well as I could have. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. And great is the minimum that we're going for here these days. So I'll make some adjustments, and I learned my lesson, which was good. But I might just leave that for tomorrow, listening back to that stuff. The vocals, I think, are probably going to be throwaways, like I also mentioned in the last video. But it won't take that much to retrack those things. In fact, I might end up retracking the chorus bass line just in case the sound was off. But I'll let you guys know. So why don't we get into the session, and I'll update you guys at the end with what I accomplished. Appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Hope you get something out of today's video. Alright, honestly, not the most productive day ever, but that's mostly just because I didn't give myself a ton of time to work, but I'm happy I did what I did with the time I had. Got it on the online class front, spent a little bit more time going forward with Facebook metrics, and a lot of that's tied to the previous lesson on how the Facebook pixel tracks what people do when they interact with your advertisement. But just again, super interesting. I know a lot of artists just they're not interested in that stuff, and I totally respect that, and I think for many years that was me. I was like, I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and you know the rest is up to chance. And I've just changed over the years, and now I'm a little more interested in what I can do with a little more active approach. So I'm learning, and I'll update you guys with what I do with that information. Nothing's set in stone yet. Just no, it's very unusual for harm to come from gathering information. So I did that, and then got into a good guitar practice, just warmed up, and then stuck to my commitments of just inching forward on the note name memorization on the fretboard. I'm getting some really good little acronyms and funny stories for each fret, just going up and down the strings. And I'm realizing that tying the story together from fret to fret helps me start to see the connections, and even also just writing it out physically starts to help me recognize patterns of where notes are that I've been using and just reinforce them in my mind deeper. So that's great. I mean, I probably just spent a few minutes on that, but that's been very productive and exciting so far, and it's fun to just make these little micro gains toward the goal. 1 minute a day, something like that. It's very low pressure. Then I decided that the best way for me to start reviewing the Vi Academy and NG4 guitar clinics that I've gone to the last few years is just to do the same thing, just 5 minutes a day. Every time I practice, just get in there and do a little bit of review, listen back to the recordings I made of the clinics, and so far so good on that front. Just started with the first 5 minutes of Vi Academy 2017, just listening back to the opening remarks, and there's so much you absorb by being there, but there's a lot of it is just so much information at once. You can't really take it all in just one pass. So the value of coming back with a fresh perspective and from a different point of view is huge in my experience with that type of stuff. So I did that, and then just kept working on my drop D riff from my Musicism online class, and I realized that I sped that up too fast, and that 80 BPM was just really sloppy and just not clean and not the delivery that I wanted. And so I'm going to slow that back down and get it to a place where I can really get it tight and clean the way I want it to sound. Yeah, so that's what I'll work on. So did a quick little vocal warm-up, and that was it. Stretched, and that was the session. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are out there grinding toward your goals, enjoying the process. That's what I'm out here doing. And yeah, it always hurts to sacrifice music time for other things, but it's important to me to live a balanced lifestyle and strive for excellence everywhere that I operate, and that includes as, you know, a tenant of this this home. So I want to make sure I fulfill my my commitments there as well. So one step backward. I'll be back on the grind tomorrow with hopefully a pretty solid session, and I'll update you guys then. So hope you guys are out there having a great weekend. Enjoy it.